Hello student, myself Nimesh Prabhakar. Welcome to Antenna and Propagation Lecture Series. In my previous lecture, we discussed about the dipole with parasitic element. So in that lecture, we have studied about what is the parasitic element, the relation between the voltage and current in the parasitic element, and last we discussed about some observation of the parasitic element. Now in this lecture, we discuss about the Yagi-Uda antenna. And we know that the Yagi-Uda antenna is the best example of the parasitic element. So in this lecture, we discuss about the introduction of Yagi-Uda antenna. Then we discuss about the construction of the Yagi-Uda antenna. Then the working of the Yagi-Uda antenna. Then we discuss about the radiation pattern of the Yagi-Uda antenna. Then how we can design the Yagi-Uda antenna we discuss, and the advantage and disadvantage of the Yagi-Uda antenna. And last we discuss about the example of the Yagi-Uda antenna. So now we start with the first one, introduction of the Yagi-Uda antenna. See, this is the figure of the Yagi-Uda antenna. The Yagi-Uda antenna is one of the most successful RF antenna designed for directive antenna application. It is a simple to construct and has a high gain typical greater than the 10 dB. The Yagi-Uda antenna typically operate in the HF to UHF band, like the frequency range is between the 3 MHz to 3 GHz and is covered the 40 to 60 km. It has become a particularly popular for the television reception, but it is also used in many other domestic and commercial application. So mainly we have seen this antenna in our home. So it is mainly used for the television reception, but there are other applications like it is also used in the domestic and commercial application. Now we discuss about the construction of the Yagi-Uda antenna. So here the Yagi-Uda antenna has three main elements that combine from its structure. The three major elements are the driver element, which is generally a half-wave folded dipole, a reflector and director. So here in this figure, we can see the construction structure. Like this is the first one element is the director. Then second one is the folded dipole and it is known as the driver element. We give the voltage supply or the current to that element. So that's why it's known as the driver element. And last one element is known as the reflector. So by combining these three elements, we can form the Yagi-Uda antenna. The structure consists one driver element and a reflector, while director can be more than one. We can use the number of directors as per the application. If we want to increase the coverage area or increase the gain of the antenna, then we use the more than one director in the Yagi-Uda antenna. So here this is a simple structure. Here we have used the only one director and driver element and the reflector. Now we discuss about the elements. So first one we discuss about the reflector. It is a passive element because we do not give any supply to this element. It adds up the field of the driver element in the direction from reflector towards driver element. Now the second one element is the driver element. It is an active element because here we give the voltage or current supply to this element. It is a resonant half-wave dipole or metallic rod. Generally, we use the folded dipole as a driver element. The element known as the feeder because it supplies the charge. So this is also known as the feeder because we give the supply to this element. And last one element is the director. It is also a passive element because we do not give any supply to this element. So this is a passive element. It can be one or more to increase the directivity. That means we can use the number of director when we want to increase the directivity of the Yagi-Uda antenna. Its size 5% less than the driven element. Now the working of the Yagi-Uda antenna. Yagi-Uda antenna is an array of driven element and one or more parasitic element. They are not connected directly to transmission line but electrically coupled. That means here we can see this is a driven element. So we give supply to this driven element only. So this is not, that means driven element is not the directly connected with this director or the reflector, but it is electrically coupled with each other. Parasitic elements are arranged collinearly and parallel to each other element. Current flow in the driven element induce voltage in the parasitic elements. That means the current flow in this driven element in that is induce the current or it induce the voltage in this director and the reflector elements. The phase and the current flow depends upon the spacing and the reactance of the elements. The spacing are in order of 0.1 lambda to 0.15 lambda. So normally the spacing between these elements are between the 0.1 lambda to 0.15 lambda. Now we discuss about the radiation pattern of this Yagi-Uda antenna. So the Yagi-Uda antenna is known as the directional antenna, and we know that the radiation pattern of the directional antenna. So Yagi-Uda antenna radiation pattern is just like this. It radiates in the direction, that means in the direction of the maxima is like we have placed the antenna in the director in which direction it radiates its energy. So it is a directional radiation pattern. It gives the directional radiation pattern. Here this is the figure for the radiation pattern of the Yagi-Uda antenna. Now we discuss about the designing of the Yagi-Uda antenna. So first we discuss about the reflector length. So we can calculate the reflector length by using this equation. So equation is the 152 upon frequency in the megahertz. So this frequency is nothing but the operating frequency of the Yagi-Uda antenna. So we get the reflector length in the meter. Now we can find out the driven element length by using this equation. So 143 upon operating frequency in the megahertz. And the director length D we can find out by using this equation, 137 upon frequency in megahertz. So we get the director length in the meter. Now if we have more than one director, so we have to calculate their length also. So we can calculate by using this equation. Like the first director length, we can calculate by using this equation, 137 upon frequency in megahertz. Then the spacing also we have to calculate. So the spacing between the reflector and the driven element we can calculate as 75 upon frequency in megahertz. So we get the spacing between the reflector and driven element in the meter. Also we have to calculate the spacing between the driven element and director. So we can find out by using this equation, like a 40 upon frequency in megahertz. Also we have to calculate the spacing between the director 1 and director 2. So we can calculate by using this equation, 38 upon frequency in megahertz. And the last we calculate the spacing between director 2 and director 3 by using this equation like 36 upon frequency in megahertz. Now we discuss about the advantages of this antenna. It has excellent sensitivity. Now the second one advantage is its front to back ratio is excellent as compared to other antenna. Then ease of handling and maintenance, because this is a very low cost antenna, so the maintenance is also very low. Then the next one advantage is a less amount of power is wasted. So in this antenna, this is a directional antenna, so the power, that means the power is wasted in the side loop is very less in this antenna, because in the backhand side the reflector is present, so the wasted of the amount of power is very less in this antenna. And the broader coverage of the frequencies, we can cover the more bandwidth or the frequency by using this antenna. Now there are some disadvantages of this antenna. So first one is the gain is limited. That means when we use only one element, one director, then we get the limited gain by using this Yagi-Uda antenna. So when we have to increase the gain, we have to use the number of director. So this is the disadvantage. Then the bandwidth is also limited in this antenna. The design is obstructive in nature. That means we cannot use this antenna in the airplane or other structure because it is obstructive in nature. Now we calculate one example. Calculate the length of the dipole, reflector, director 1, director 2 and director 3 of the Yagi-Uda antenna, along with the spacing between the element for the channel 5 VHF3 band. So first of all, we have to know about the VHF3 band. So VHF3 band frequency range is between the 174 MHz to 181 MHz. So we can calculate the frequency by using this, like the range we have given. So we can calculate the 174 plus 181 into 10 raised to 6, because we know that this is the megahertz. So we get the operating frequency is the 177.5 megahertz. This is the center frequency. Now we calculate the first one is the length of the dipole. That means we calculate the driver element length. So we have this equation 143 upon frequency, and we have the operating frequency 177.5 megahertz. So we get the length of the dipole is the 0.80 meter. Now we calculate the length of the reflector. So we have this equation 152 upon frequency. So frequency is the 177.5. So we get the reflector length is the 0.856 meter. And we calculate the length of the director 1. That means the first director length we calculate by using this equation 137 upon frequency, that means 177.5. So we get the first director length is the 0.77 meter. And now we calculate the length of the director 2. So equation for this is a 133 upon frequency. So we get the length of the director 2 is the 0.75 meter. Now we calculate the length of the director 3. So we can calculate the director 3 length by using this equation 130 upon frequency. So we have frequency 177.5. So director 3 length is the 0.73 meter. Now we have calculated the length of the director and driver element and reflector. Now we calculate the spacing between the reflector and the dipole. So we have this equation 75 upon frequency. So 75 upon frequency, we have 177.5. So we get the spacing between the reflector and the driver element, that means dipole, is 0.42 meter. Now we calculate the spacing between the dipole and director 1. So we have this equation 40 upon frequency. So 40 upon 177.5. So we get the spacing between the dipole and director 1 is the 0.23 meter. Same as we calculate the spacing between the director 1 and director, that means main director, is the 0.21 meter. Now we calculate the spacing between the director 2 and the director. So we can get, this is the 36 upon frequency. So we get the 0.20 meter. So in this lecture, we discuss about the Yagi-Uda antenna. And in this, we discuss the introduction of Yagi-Uda antenna, construction of Yagi-Uda antenna, working of Yagi-Uda antenna, radiation pattern of Yagi-Uda antenna. Then we discuss about the designing of Yagi-Uda antenna. And last, we discuss about the advantage and disadvantage and the example of the Yagi-Uda antenna. Thank you.